laid out right now. Here's some tips for painting it. You're gonna need 2 coats of paint. And you're going to just use your smaller brush, not the big brush that we used on our background, and just 2 coats of paint. And what you want to make sure of, especially the Mary, you can't do wrong, but with the letters, you want to paint the front of them, not the back of them. So the back of them will have burn marks, just like that. I'll show you some more. Some of them might not be as pronounced, some might have more, but they have burn marks because they were laser cut. All right, so I have all my letters laid out right here. And then I also gave you an option. My original didn't have this, but I think it looks cute. So I did my A, I painted my A, but I also gave you a Christmas tree because you could replace the A with a Christmas tree, or you could even replace the I with a Christmas tree if you really want to. But the A, it's kind of a similar shape. So I'll paint the Christmas tree right now with you guys. So what you're gonna need is your small brush and some green paint. So we're gonna paint our Christmas tree together. Now you don't have to use the Christmas tree. If you're not using it, just skip this step altogether. So basically you're gonna need 2 coats of green paint. And you were given red, white, and green. But if you wanna do some other combination, these are just acrylic paints. So if you have any other acrylic paints, they're like the craft paints. They have some at Michael's. Here's another brand. So if you have any of those, you could add different colors as well. So I'm gonna do 2 coats of green, and then I also brought out the white a little because I'm gonna put some white on the edges. My 2 coats of green. I'm gonna wash and dry my brush, let it dry for a couple minutes or seconds. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put white on the edges. So I'm gonna take some white paint, take some off on my paper towel, and I'm just gonna give it a nice frosty edge. You could do this all over your tree. You don't have to do it at all. It's all up to you. If you do it and then you don't like it, you can just take some green, put some green over on top of it. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna let that dry. My letters are already painted. So I'm gonna let that dry. While that's drying, I'm gonna gather my materials. You're gonna need glue and your board for the next part. Putting everything together. So it's kind of hard to show you on camera, but I am going to start lining my letters up. So the Mary pretty much fits perfectly. So I put it all the way at the top because it is kind of a tight fit with the Christmas. So then once you're finished with that, you're gonna start laying out your Christmas. So I'm just gonna use that middle line because that's the middle of your board. So you could kind of start laying out your letters. I'm gonna lay them all out. You're not gonna see me while I do it, but I'm gonna lay them all out, and then I'm gonna look for spacing. Make sure I spell it right. And if you're doing the tree for the A, you just use the tree instead of the A. So once you have it out, you could kind of see, you're gonna need like a little space in between, almost like a ½ inch between all your letters. And it's really, you should look, you're gonna have to do this. You're gonna have to arrange, look, arrange, look, arrange, look. So once you have your general arrangement done, what you could do is you could start gluing. So I gave you some glue. It's like a wood glue. And all you're gonna do is a little goes a long way. So you're just gonna put a little on the back and then press down. So I'm gonna go through all of these and then we'll meet back up. All right. So Alright, so once you are finished gluing everything, what you're going to do, you have about like 10 minutes before it really sets. So I would step back, maybe have someone stand it up with you, make sure everything is spaced right. And once it is, you're just going to let it hang out. And within like 2 to 3 hours, 10 minutes, it'll set. And then 2 to 3 hours, it'll probably be pretty dry. Now, the sign can go outside if it's like a porch that it's protected. You don't really need to spray it, but if it isn't a protected area, I would spray it with like a sealant. They just have, let me show you. They just have like clear coats of things. So if you want to put a couple clear coats on it, and then they'll be perfect for the bad weather. All right, so I hope you guys had fun creating this sign. If you have any issues, want to contact us, you could email us or leave us a little comment. All right, have a good day.